1 week from now, we'll be in Thanksgiving, which means J-Dawg's Fearless Football Picks next week will be live on a Wednesday. Here we are on a Thursday, and it's the first Thursday night football game in a while that's really good. Now, I know when Detroit played Kansas City earlier this season, to start off the season, actually, it was in September, that didn't count as Thursday night football because, one, the game was on NBC and they do Sunday night football, and two, that was the season opener. So they didn't really call it traditionally Thursday night football like they do on Prime tonight at 8:15 p.m. when Week 11 opens with the Baltimore Ravens hosting the Cincinnati Bengals. It was 7-7 last week. I'm 85 up and 65 down. And I'm going to take Baltimore tonight. I think Cincinnati has to struggle at least one more game to get it out of their system when they were stunned in Cincy against the Houston Texans last week. We stay in the AFC North Division. Sunday, 1 p.m. on CBS, the Cleveland Browns, 6-3, hosting the Pittsburgh Steelers, who are also 6-3. Cleveland got a big win at Baltimore last week. It did come at a cost as Deshaun Watson is out for the rest of the regular season with the remainder of the 2023 season, even if Cleveland makes the playoffs, with a shoulder injury. And I'm going to take Cleveland's stout defense to finally upend the Pittsburgh Steelers, although every time I don't pick the Steelers, they win. Every time I pick the Steelers, they lose. Who knows? 1 p.m. on Fox, Sunday, the 7-2 Detroit Lions, who are, I was going to say running away with the NFC North Division. They're not because of the Minnesota Vikings. I'll talk about them later. Host the Chicago Bears, who are 3-7, and it looks like Justin Fields is coming back as quarterback. I don't think it's going to matter. I'm taking the Lions. Sunday, 1 p.m. on Fox, the Green Bay Packers host the Los Angeles Chargers. Now, as you know, I don't trust the Chargers, whether it's Brandon Staley as the head coach or Dean Spanos as the owner. I do trust Justin Herbert and some of the offense. It's the defense and some other portions of the team, like special teams, that I don't trust. And that's why, even though Green Bay lost, they barely lost in Pittsburgh last Sunday, I'm going to take the Green Bay Packers. Sunday at 1 p.m. on CBS, the Miami Dolphins host the Las Vegas Raiders. Miami 6-3 and in first place. Vegas is 5-5. They've won 2 in a row. Antonio Pierce, the interim coach so far for Vegas, and they look loose. They look not so tense now. I think that changes, though, in Miami when I think Miami is going to crush them this Sunday in South Beach. Sunday, 1 p.m., we've got another division rival, a divisional matchup. We've got the Washington Commanders hosting the New York Football Giants, Sunday at 1 p.m. on Fox. And I got to take the Commies in this one. It's an NFC East showdown. Sunday at 1 p.m., the Dallas Cowboys are 6-3 at the worst team in the NFL, the 1-8 Carolina Panthers. And I got to take Dallas in this one. I think Dak and company are going to have a pretty good time against the Carolina Panthers in Charlotte. Sunday at 1 p.m. on CBS, another showdown in a division between, it's an AFC South matchup. The Tennessee Titans, who are sniffing it, they're not out of it, 3-6 at the 6-3 Jacksonville Jaguars. Despite Jacksonville getting spanked by the 49ers in Jacksonville, I'm going to take Jacksonville in Jacksonville over Tennessee. 4:05 p.m. on Fox, speaking of those San Francisco 49ers, they're hosting the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And right now, San Francisco is 6-3, Tampa Bay is 4-5, and I'm going to take the Niners in this one. 4:25 p.m. on CBS, another divisional matchup between the Buffalo Bills hosting the New York Football Jets. Aaron Rodgers is coming back soon, but it may be too late for the Jets, Jets. Jets are 4-5, the Bills are 5-5, and I'm going to take the Buffalo Bills to finally get off the schneid in this one. Sunday, 4:25 p.m. on CBS, the Seattle Seahawks at the Los Angeles Rams. You don't think the Seabags have revenge on their mind after their divisional rival in the Rams beat them in their own building in Seattle in Week 1? I think they do have revenge on their mind, and I think Seattle will get by those Los Angeles Rams in Southern California. How about this for Sunday Night Football? On paper, it didn't look good a few weeks back. Now, it's not too shabby. 8:20 p.m. on NBC, the Minnesota Vikings, who have won 6 in a row. They're 6-4, and a team that's won 3 in a row, the 4-5 Denver Broncos. Right now, as much as I think Denver could win this one because it's in the Mile High City, I think Minnesota comes out on top. I think they're going to be 7-4, which means they're only going to be, a game and a half or a percentage points back of the Detroit Lions should the Lions win. The Lions are 7-2, so Minnesota's 6-4. And then Monday Night Football, a rematch of last year's Super Bowl 57. Big Game 57 matchup between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Kansas City Chiefs, the reigning, defending, undisputed Super Bowl champion Kansas City Chiefs. It's an 8:15 p.m. kickoff on ESPN. You don't think NBC wanted to flex this one out? Although, again, Minnesota, Denver's not a slouch. But you got to remember, Philadelphia and Kansas City, those are the top two teams in the NFL right now. Number one in the NFC, Philadelphia. Number one in the AFC, Kansas City. They hooked up in the Super Bowl last year. Who's to say they won't hook up in the Super Bowl this year? I don't think either one are going to get in this year. But at the moment, they're both in the tops in their division and would have home field advantage throughout the entire playoffs in each conference, respectively. Taylor Swift's, I think, going to be there. Taylor Swift, I think, will be there rooting on her man, Travis Kelce. And because of that, because she's there, the Taylor Swift factor, I'm taking Kansas City. See, if she wasn't there, I would have picked Philadelphia and Jason Kelce. But I'm going to take the other Kelce, Travis Kelce, and the Kansas City Chiefs to defeat the Philadelphia Eagles like they did in Super Bowl 57 this past February. Okay, Atlanta, New England, Indianapolis, and New Orleans all on a bye week. And I want to recap right now. Baltimore, Cleveland, Detroit, Green Bay, Miami, Washington, Dallas, Jacksonville, Houston, San Francisco, Buffalo, Seattle, Minnesota, and Kansas City. Those are my Week 11 picks, and I'm sticking with it. Okay, J-Dawg's Fearless Football Picks will be live next Wednesday, probably 3, if not 4 p.m., because, of course, Thanksgiving will be going on, and there's always games going on Thanksgiving. I'll preview those. J-Dawg today talking about the Hockey Hall of Fame induction, which happened earlier this week, and the marketing problem of the NHL, especially with the All-Star game being in Toronto this season. And then J-Dawg today will be tomorrow. I will have that a little afternoon on this YouTube channel, and then we'll have the recap of Week 11 at around 10:30 a.m. on this YouTube channel, at around 10:30 a.m. Eastern on Tuesday. J-Dawg's Fearless Football Picks live next Wednesday. I will let you know what time that will be, probably on the recap of next week's recap. I'll make the decision either 3 or 4 p.m. live on this here YouTube channel. Okay, we're 1 week away from Thanksgiving. Be thankful for that, and be thankful that your teams are still playing football because, well, if they're not any good come January, they won't be playing football. Well, they will the last week of the season, which is in early January. Then they start the playoffs in mid-January or close to mid-January, and that's the way the cookie crumbles at the moment. But all right, I will talk to you during this segment, J-Dawg's Fearless Football Picks, next Wednesday live on this YouTube channel. J-Dawg Today, catch that from today, and it'll be an all-new J-Dawg Today tomorrow, and then we'll do the Week 11 recap at 10:30 a.m. Eastern on this here YouTube channel.